Hey guys, how's it going? Ooh. Hey, what's up? Alright, it's time for another unboxing video. And much like when I got the 8-bit zombie package in, this is a little different. This is not a Dino Drake Fun Pack, which is, makes sense, because it hasn't been that long since the last one, and you would be like, 2 in 1 month, what's going on? Got a trusty X-Acto knife here, and we got a nice box from the people at Bento. Now, it's no big secret, I do read comic books, probably not as much as some other people. I have kind of fallen out of habit for a while, I will admit, but I do enjoy comics still. And I'm not going to be one of those elitist people that's just like, oh, I don't read comic books, I read graphic novels, because that's different somehow. It's the same fucking thing. They're comics. It's all comics, alright? And by that note, what is in here is actually what some people would call graphic novels. Which, hey, guess what? That was a word that was made up by a comic book company to make it easier to sell comics to certain people. So inside we got everybody's favorite thing in the world. Bubble wrap. Oh God, yes! Oh, rub it all over me! Alright, that's enough of that. And we have, in a nicely shrink-wrapped little package here, we have a stack of books. It's a book stacks. So we're just going to take our X-Acto knife and carefully slit this open. Luckily it's very sharp, which is why I want to make sure I don't cut myself with it, which I've done in the past, and it hurts a lot. Alright, first up we have 4-letter worlds. I've looked at this book a lot, actually, at bookstores and such, but I've never actually known what it was. Apparently it's an anthology book, and it's an indie comic. It's from Image Comics. I mean, I can't really review it or say whether or not it's good or not, because I haven't read it yet. I just got it in the mail, so it could suck. But it has some good creators on it. Like, I see Joe Casey, China Clugston, Kieran Dwyer, Jay Farber, man, this is some really good creators on this. Even Phil Huster. Robert Kirkman, who I'm sure everybody's very, very familiar with. I mean, come on. You heard of a little show called The Walking Dead? Maybe? You heard of The Walking Dead? Rings any bells? The Walking Dead? Rick Grimes? Rick Grimes? You know who Rick Grimes is? Yeah, The Walking Dead. He's the guy that created it. He writes the comic, so that the show is based on. So you got that. You got him in here. Jim Mahfood, who I've always been a big fan of. Actually, he was probably one of my gateway drugs into indie comics. Scott Morris, Jeff Parker, Jamie Rich. There's a lot of really talented people in this book, so I'm probably going to enjoy this. I look forward to reading this. So we're starting off on a good note already. Next up, we have a book from Dark Horse, another indie comic company. As far as indie comic companies go, Image and Dark Horse are probably bigger indie comic companies, but they're still indie companies. This is a hardcover book, The Dark Horse Book of Monsters. And as you all know, I love monsters. They make me so happy. I love them so. Monsters. Actually, if this is as good as it looks, I actually might cover this book for Horror Fest this year. So we will see. I mean, I'm sure it'll be good. It's got Mike Mignola, Jill Thompson, Evan Dorkin, Kurt Busiek, Keith Giffen. Like, holy crap. Alright, well, so we got two really cool anthology books. I'm noticing a pattern here. Maybe these are all anthology books. Something I would be perfectly okay with. Alright, next up we have Afterworks. It is another anthology book. Also from Image Comics. Yeah, it appears that these are all anthology books. I like the cover. It's got all the gears and everything. Features the best of the best in animation industry, spending their time after working full days at their day jobs, producing some of the freshest stories around. A who's who of animation talent. All of whom have worked on some of the top-grossing movies of the last decade, bring you a variety of stories from the fantastic to the extremely personal. So while these names might not immediately jump out at you, the stuff they've worked on would, obviously. I mean, we have people that have worked on friggin' Nightmare Before Christmas, Ice Age, Monsters, Inc., The Incredibles, Star Wars Episode 1. I won't hold that against this person. Simon Dunstan. I won't hold it against you, Simon Dunstan. It's not your fault that movie's bad. Much like it's not the fault of the actors in the movie. I lay that blame elsewhere. Our final book, I don't know if I would call this an anthology so much as a collection of stories about a certain character. A character who I'm sure some people have heard of. I mean, there's been 2 movies based off this character, so they've got to have some knowledge of him. Judge Dredd. I am the law! The look of the law! Law! So this is Mega City Masters 3. Obviously, I guess it's an anthology-ish type thing. It's just like different people doing different little stories about Judge Dredd. But I'm pretty sure these are all actually old classic stories from the series. From 2000 AD and everything about Judge Dredd. Because there's been so many people that have worked on the comic series over the years. Like, it's still going. Like, holy shit. Yeah, those are some of the best British comics you could ever get. Just stuff from 2000 AD. I would, if you enjoy that kind of, like, cool sci-fi stories and with quite a bit of violence to them, yeah, go check out 2000 AD. All their stuff, especially Judge Dredd. I mean, you can't go wrong with Judge. Unless you're talking about the movie. The first movie. Dredd is awesome. The Judge Dredd movie, not so much. Maybe in a sort of, I want to laugh at this sort of way, Judge Dredd is good. Seeing Sylvester Stallone go, I am the law! Law! I'm Judge Dredd, but I don't wear my helmet through 90% of this movie, even though the character in the comics never takes his helmet off. Yeah. I would much more recommend the other movie. Which is very good. And Carl Urban does a great job as Judge Dredd. So, yeah. I don't know if I'm going to keep getting comic bento boxes. This was mainly to try it out. It was like an experiment. Final verdict. Yeah, it's good. I mean, I like it. I'm very satisfied. I was able to get it cheaper than normal. But, it was $20. I think it's $25 normally, about the same price as the Dino Direct Fun Packs. For what it is, which it's literally 4 graphic novels, or trade paperbacks, or comics, whatever you want to call them. I personally go with comics. They are trades, technically. They're anthology books. Yeah, I mean, for $20, it was worth it. I mean, yeah, those books, the Judge Dredd one on its own retails for $20. So, I got more than my money's worth. I mean, I don't feel ripped off in the least. Like, yeah. I'm satisfied with it. I love to read. I may, if I can keep it in the budget, I would love to get more comic bento boxes. Love to. Might not have the space for all the books that would come from that, but I would still love to. So, if you're a comic fan and you just want to get some random books, try some things out, shoot on over there to Comic Bento. Hey, look, there's their address right there. ComicBento.com. You just go there and you sign up and get the box, and it comes in. It looks like this, and you open it up, and it's really secure. It's actually a much better packed box than Amazon is usually. There's no books. The books weren't damaged. So I'm very happy. Everything's good. The box itself is a little dinged up, but you know that happens. At least the fact that it's in a box helps to protect what's inside the box. Also, this is kind of a reinforced box, so it's less likely to damage what's inside. So that's another really good thing in their favor. Even Loot Crate and Nerd Block, their boxes aren't quite as reinforced as this one. This is a much sturdier box, so that's good. So yeah, I would say positive. Very positive opinion of this. So go for it. I mean, try them out, see what you like. I do know they do themes. I guess the theme for this month was anthology. I wasn't paying any attention. So maybe wait until you see a theme that you really like if you're not quite sure if something really appeals to you. Like, I wonder, like, maybe when October rolls around, maybe they'll have a horror theme box. I'd kind of like that. Nice box of horror books. There is another service that I'm actually planning to try out for Horror Fest this year. So I'll have another video, at least one unboxing video just for them. And of course there will be more Dino Drac on the way. As far as all that goes, this is it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. There's, you know, good haul of books there, just like $4. At least $40, maybe even $50 worth of books there. So that was good. And I got bubble wrap. Listen to my bubble wrap. Oh. Oh, baby. Oh, you can feel it. Oh, it's making my nipples hard. Alright, later days.
I train to Mundo Fine, night train to the end, running.
Told you my nipples were hard. I don't lie. I could cut some glass with these fucking nipples. Don't get distracted by the reflection of me rubbing my own nipples in my glasses. Look at that. That's some serious nipple action. I don't know what's wrong with me. I'm sorry.
The devil's bend, he draws me hard with a merciless hand, and all I bought is a handful of sand. Night train, oh